Well, semi-finals bringing the fire, as always, in the World Rallycross Championship, and esports is no different. That was a brilliant semi-final number one. Shane van Gisbergen through. If you're staying up late in the Southern Hemisphere, thanks very much. You have to a little bit later. Kilian Del Olmo is on the pole with John Armstrong next to him, then Matthias Adelson. Remember, all three of these guys have competed in real life, and they're all esports experts. I think the same Krogstad and Kevin Hansen too, maybe a little bit behind the other three in terms of esports experience, but certainly not in terms of real wheel time. Semi-final 2 and the final to go. Adelson, the winner last time.
With the sun setting in Montalegre over the mountains, way up in the north of Portugal, semi-final 2 is underway.
On the inside, Kilian Del Olmo looks to have got the best start. Going to go early on the brakes. Kilian Del Olmo goes standard lap. With him has gone John Armstrong and Henrik Krogstad. Henrik Krogstad looking to try and find a way through. Armstrong got a wheel alongside Del Olmo, but he's not quite close enough. Over the curbs on the left and on the right, Kilian Del Olmo leads on the standard lap. But Kevin Hansen and Matthias Adelson have both gone joker on lap 1. Neil, what do you think to the tactics?
Well, they both showed that it was an early decision. Their body language of the cars was, we are going to the joker, and they didn't change their minds depending on what the other one did. So they clearly think they've got a chance of catching up on what is a very strong non-joker train up front.
But so far, Neil, they're clean. And I suppose the thing is as well, if they're looking for a semi-final, if they can get semi-final number 2 as a clean result, whichever one of these two gets third, assuming Del Olmo and Armstrong beat them, in theory, you know, they're going to book that slot, because we know Van Gisbergen had some issues in the first one, but he was so close. Well, no, Van Gisbergen through, sorry. Who was it that was third? Was it Matasia in the end? I can't remember.
Matasia was third.
So these two, I think these two are battling, Neil, for the place in the final, personally, because I think if they keep it clean, I think they'll be quicker than semi-1. But with the penalties that were given out in that one, let's see. Del Olmo looked 0.8 of a second. Henrik Krogstad now is just 1.4 in front of Kevin Hansen. There is Matthias Adelson, bottom right of your screen. Motion rig on the go, chucking the car around. Neil, interesting what he said earlier about being in full concentration mode.
Yeah, you know, they while you're in it, it's so fully immersive and they're so competitive that you probably could track them. I'm not a medical doctor. You could probably, you know, get the same levels of adrenaline and sort of heart rate spikes for the concentration, because it is virtually the same thing.
I'd love to track their eye movements as well. I've seen some studies done on that before about how little the drivers blink, and we saw that last time, didn't we? Watch Armstrong again, you'll see they choose very carefully when it isn't going to blink, because you just can't take your eyes off the screen for a second. You're looking at John Armstrong in P2, coming through the dust. Del Olmo's gapped in by 1.3. None of the top three have jokered yet. How far back is Adelson off Krogstad? He's a fair way back, so Adelson's got past Kevin Hansen, so I must admit I didn't see that. Oh, joker that merged super close between Krogstad and Armstrong. Krogstad was a big threat. We didn't have that down, did we? Krogstad trying to come around the outside of John Armstrong. He's in the door of him. Armstrong gets sideways. Krogstad over the barriers on the inside. Just about holds on. Would he get a penalty for that or not? So John Armstrong coming under a hell of a lot of pressure here from Henrik Krogstad, the yellow squad driver, taking it to the esports professionals. Sideways through here. Who's going to get the better exit? For me, Armstrong was sideways, but Krogstad carrying a lot of speed down the straight. Kilian Del Olmo. Krogstad's gone joker now, so Krogstad going to drop back. Is he going to drop back behind Adelson? He is, he's dropped all the way back, so Krogstad, having not jokered, was in the mix with those guys and has now gone backwards. Kilian Del Olmo and John Armstrong out front, definitely going to go through. On the final lap, coming through the last couple of corners, Kilian Del Olmo has 2.9 on John Armstrong, who got caught in that battle with Krogstad, who hadn't jokered. Cost him a bit of time. Armstrong books a spot in the final. Adelson going to go through. So Matthias Adelson, Kevin Hansen spins across the line. And there was a penalty for Kevin anyway. So Kevin Hansen dropping down. It's Adelson with a 3:30.0. Is that enough? I can't remember the times. We'll get confirmation from, maybe confirmation from race control as to which of the guys has gone through to the final. Interesting stuff.